Welcome back, everybody. I'm still kicking, I'm still going. I'm just hanging out here with this guy. Anyways, it's down here by a little day park behind me here. Actually, I'll just turn the camera around here. Say hello, bear. Cute little statue guy here. Anyways, I'm down around Bear Creek Park area in the city. It's just I'll come over here. It's just a path that walks all the way through the park, through the city here. Goes from one end of the city to the other. It's pretty a few things you can do there. But anyways, I just wanted to make a video. I haven't posted one lately. I just wanted to let you know the last time I videoed when I was at the campground, everything was going really good, and then it turned into a pretty bad situation, or at least I'm not sure if it would have got to a bad situation. So and since that's happened, I haven't videoed because it took a toll on me. I don't really know what all to say for this video other than to kind of give you an explanation of why I haven't done anything since then. I did come back to town and post a couple videos that you guys would have saw, but I didn't get any river videos or anything down like I had planned. I got into a situation out there, and it wasn't a very good one, and I then came back to town because of it, and I was trying to regroup whether to go back out somewhere else or to just give it some thought of what I'm gonna do. So to cheer me up a little bit, I did a little Halloween short video for you guys. I posted that, so hopefully some of you've seen it, which it did actually get quite a few views, which was nice. I'd love to see a lot of them, but at the end of the day, it was fun. It was just something cute I did. If you haven't seen that, go over to my channel, Wild West Van Life, and on the shorts, it's over there. It's just a little funny video I did. It was just very short. But to cheer me up and all that, I kind of wanted to distract my mind away from what was going on, because since then I haven't done anything, because I kind of got into this mindset where I don't know how to deal with some things, and I went to, well, let's just put it this way. In Canada here right now, a lot of provinces, but the two provinces, the one I'm in, Alberta, and the neighboring province, British Columbia, is having a very bad problem with people going missing. We've had children going missing, hikers going missing, campers, whatever, and then there's been cases of people robbed and stuff like that. And I try to block that stuff out of my mind, because there's so much negativity going on these days, especially in my country, where I try not to let those stuff discourage me. So that's why I kind of like to go off grid and just kind of hang out by rivers and stuff like that and just do my own thing. Problem is, when I was out at that campground, McLeod Flats, I was all by myself. And everything was going great. I had done a video for you guys. I can't remember if I was, I think it was a breakfast one or whatever. But the next, that evening, I was gonna do a video or whatever, and it got late, so I just cooked my supper and I went to get comfortable in my van, and everything was going great. So, make a long story short, even though this has been a few minutes now, but 2 o'clock in the morning. Now I want you to picture this. I'm in a campground, off grid, by myself. So after I'd done my supper and everything, I went and cleaned up everything and got comfortable, and of course I had no cell phone service where I was at or whatever, so I couldn't do any videos or post anything or whatever. And so I just got comfortable and went to sleep. 2 o'clock in the morning, around 2 o'clock, I'm not sure exactly the time, I thought I could hear something moving around my van. So again, I'm out there by myself. Wasn't sure what was going on. But the thing is, I wasn't sure, but I thought I heard a vehicle a little bit earlier, about 12 o'clock. And but I didn't pay attention to it because that happens. People come down sometimes, do whatever they're doing, whether it's smoke a joint or hang out with a girl or whatever. So some people come down and just hang out down by the river. Being in the end of the season, it's usually very, very quiet. So I'm, of course, out there by myself. I thought I heard a vehicle, but I wasn't sure. I left it alone. But at 2 o'clock in the morning, I thought I heard something moving around my campsite. So again, I'm in bear country. I didn't worry too much about it, whether it was a deer or whether it was a bear or whatever. I was in my van, so I'm safe. And I left nothing, of course, outside of my van that would cause anything to happen with wildlife. But what I didn't know was whoever that was in the vehicle was still there. So 2 o'clock in the morning, somebody rapped on my window. Scared the living crap out of me. I didn't know what to do. So I grabbed my baseball bat because in Canada, for some reason, we're not allowed to protect ourselves. You know, somebody wants to do something bad, they seem to support the criminals. I do something to protect myself and I can get charged. It's a really messed up situation we got here in Canada for laws against protecting yourself. You can, if you get into a serious death situation or something like that, use of equal force or something they say, or whatever it is. I don't know. I try not to pay attention to that. To be honest, I don't care about my government's laws in Canada. Somebody wants to hurt me, I'll do whatever it takes to survive. So I'm not promoting this video as I'm a violent person or that I'm going to get physical or anything like that. I'm just saying, if you come 2 o'clock in the morning looking for a problem, I'm going to protect myself. But I didn't get out of my van. I just left it alone. I went and I just stayed awake and I wasn't sure. Like, this person literally took their knuckles and knocked on, did a loud knock on my side window right where my bed is. And it scared me because it wasn't like an animal thump or like a horn on a deer or something like that, banging up against my van or anything. This was a human knock. So I'm out in the middle of nowhere. And I said to myself, you know, it's too late at night. I'm not going to pack up my crap and take off because somebody's trying to be a whatever. So I left it alone. The next morning, I didn't get much sleep. The next morning, I get up. I go to make myself, here, I got my van here because there's a lot of traffic all of a sudden. So, sit here. Oh, by the way, I got some Christmas decorations going on in my van here. I'm going to do like a little Christmas short video here. I'm not going to say much about it, but I'm decorating my van, so I put some lights in here and I got some decorations and stuff, and I'll do a little bit more. But anyways, that's going to be a short video here pretty soon. I'm just kind of messing around in between weather here because right now today it's pretty cold. But anyways, back to my story. The next morning, I get up and I'm sitting there making my coffee and thinking about what happened the night before. And it bothered me a lot. Because I started adding it up in my head and said to myself, what would I been able to do if this was a really bad person, right? And we're having a really bad problem. We've got a lot of murders happening lately. We've got a lot of people disappearing lately. So being off grid, as fun as it has always been for people, it's starting to get where you got to really pay attention to your surroundings. And if you see a stranger coming to you, the Canadian way is to say hi and do all that. But I'll tell you, these days that's getting a little bit where you got to keep to yourself, because there's some bad characters out there these days. And okay, so back to the thing. So I'm making breakfast and everything, or about to make breakfast. So I was prepping my coffee or whatever, and a vehicle started down by the river where I was planning on going when I was telling you guys on my other video that I was going to set up down there. But there was 2 fifth-wheel trailers, camping trailers, one in the campground where I was at, the other one was down by the river. So the maintenance lady came by, and I know her well. I've been there quite a few times, and me and her have spoke quite a few times. She told me the 2 trailers were abandoned. So I was like, okay. I didn't think anything of it, whatever. But then I hear this vehicle start up, and it idled for a while. It was a diesel Ford truck. And it idled for a while. So again, that happens. So I was like, okay, well, the fifth wheel trailer down by the river edge, finally the person came around, supposedly. I don't know. But then that truck left that camper and came all the way around and came all the way into the campground where I'm at. So now I'm thinking about 2 o'clock in the morning when somebody's rapping on my window. And now I got this pickup truck coming into the campground. And he's creeping along pretty slow. He goes by my campsite, looks right at me, comes back, goes past me again. So I'm sitting there saying to myself, okay, I don't know what's going on here, but anyways, I'm not going to go into detail about what was done or whatever, but this guy did come back, pulled into my campsite, and asked me if I'd sell him a cigarette. I told him I don't smoke. So anyways, and I don't know, he's bigger than me. Like, I'm like 5'7", 5'8". This guy's like 6'3" and a little bit thick or whatever. So he's a big chunk of a lad. And he seemed a little on the sketchy side, I'm not sure. I don't like to say negative things about anybody, you know. He could be in work clothes or whatever, you know. So not everything's what it seems. But what I do know is I'm now looking at this guy face to face, and I'm talking to him face to face. And I'm saying to myself, is this the person that rapped on my window at 2 in the morning? But anyways, I didn't want a confrontation. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I don't want to get into any kind of situation. So I spoke nicely. I used my manly way, and I did what I had to do to keep the conversation mellow and everything. But then I turn around. This guy leaves, and I started adding it up. And I told myself, you know what? After the things that he said, I'm not going to go into what he said, and I'm not going to go into all these other things, but at the end of the day, I felt extremely nervous about the situation that I had myself in. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. One of the things I am going to say this trailer okay, that he was in down by the beach. Well, when he came up to the campground, he went into the second trailer. And he was doing his thing, whatever, inside the trailer. That trailer, the door was busted open. The one that's in the campground. So I'm like, okay, is this guy the owner? Is this guy the one that's broke into it? I'm starting to say to myself, you know what, man? I gotta get the heck out of here. I'm not interested in being robbed. I'm not interested in getting beat up or anything like that. This guy might be legitimately an okay person. I don't know. He's a stranger to me. I tried being nice to keep the situation mellow, but the whole time I'm wondering to myself, okay, what's this guy's intentions? So I won't go into detail about the things that we talked about or whatever, because I'm not looking for trouble. And if this guy happens to even see this video, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I'm not accusing him of anything, but everything didn't add up to my favor. That door was busted open. He's coming in out of two trailers. It's none of my business, and I'm not going to make it my business. But what I do know is I'm not setting myself up for anything bad. So I packed the heck up real quick, and I got the hell out of there. I came back to town, and I'll tell you, that messed up my head quite a bit. Because in order to do this van life stuff, in order to do these adventures and all that, I'm all about going out to quiet places and stuff. But it's getting to a situation where, what do you do? You know? I don't want to get into a situation where I get hurt or I have to hurt somebody else. But, so it put the brakes on me actually doing anything. So to change my mood and change my mind, I decided, well, I'm going to do my Halloween video and try to do something for you guys, you know. Try to come up with something and everything. But it really messed me up. I couldn't think of what to do or what kind of videos to make or anything like that. So I kind of took a pause. Dealt with some things with my son, and I picked up, like I said, a few decorations and stuff like that. I got some lights up above me here that I installed, and then I got lights down along the floor, and I'll be putting up a few other things, and do my little Christmas short video. So that's where I'm at. I just wanted to let you guys know why I all of a sudden just poof stopped making any any videos at all. Excuse me. But I'm telling you, us van life people, you know, we're just out there trying to do something that feels normal to us. But I tell you, like, I don't know what it's going to take to change this world into a better place, but I'll tell you, it's getting pretty messy everywhere, and I'll tell you, it's getting dangerous in Canada. We've got a lot of people going missing lately. Too many. Kids, adults, hikers, just a bunch. Native people, native females, you know, just... I have my opinions about what's all taking place on that, but I'm not going to put that on my video. I don't need to start up a political war with anybody or any point fingers at anybody or whatever, but I'll tell you, I'm not sure what I'm doing moving forward, because I'm going to be doing my Santa Christmas short, and then I'm not sure. I want to pack up the van and with some food and stuff. I'd like to go off-grid again. But I'll tell you, it really messed up my head. Really messed up my head. I don't like making nothing into something, you know. It could have been all nothing. But just because of everything that's going on lately around these two provinces, makes you nervous. Makes you really nervous when you got a stranger coming up to you and you don't, and not trying to bash anybody, but the vehicle wasn't very nice, and he looked like possible trouble. I don't know, and I don't want to say that about anybody, but I just don't like being put in a position where I'm scared shitless, and then I got to decide whether, okay, do I break my Canadian laws or get into a physical confrontation or whatever, right? But if somebody's looking to hurt me, I'm gonna do whatever it takes. And if I have to go into courts and go into jail possibly for something like that, well, I don't know. Hopefully that never happens, because I'm not interested in that world either. But I will not be beaten without a fight back. Period. But anyways, let's not get into challenging or anything like that. I'm not challenging nobody. I'm just a quiet guy looking to do quiet things, looking to just enjoy what I can of the messed up world that we're in. That's all my mission is. Just do my own thing and try to make the best of it. So that's what I'm trying to do. I am trying to turn this negative situation into a positive situation. And so I'm going to cut this off here. This video's gotten to be a little longer than I had planned. Apologize for that. Any of you that stuck around this long, thank you. And any of you, want to like, share, subscribe my videos, that's great. I have picked up a few subscribers lately, so it's not a lot, but it's a few, and it makes me very happy because, like I said, I'm not a movie guy, and I apologize. And if life would just mellow out enough where a guy could actually focus on some stuff, maybe I could learn some stuff. But when I got a lot of stuff on the go, and then the world's all messed up and everything, it is very hard to concentrate and to think of content and think of things to do and stuff like that when you're just blurred by a lot of stuff. So I'm just gonna say thanks again and take care for now. Hopefully within the next week I'll get my Christmas video done up for you guys. I don't know how it's gonna turn out or whatever. I to be honest, I don't have a clue what I'm gonna do on that one. I just got a little bit of an idea of a little short video, and that's what I'm gonna do. So take care, everyone, and be safe. And go with your heart. If you are not comfortable with the situation, don't sit there and wait for it to become a negative situation. I'm not saying I'm a coward and I ran, but I was just not interested in dealing with anything because you don't know if this person could come with more people. You don't know nothing. And I'm not sitting there as a target in the middle of nowhere with no cell phone reception to take on any kind of battle. So I love all yous. Thank you again for those of you that's watched my Halloween video. It got a lot of views, or to me at least it seems like a lot of views. I don't know in the YouTube world what a lot of views would be, but I got a fair amount. I got like 2,300 I think it was off that little video. So that made me pretty happy. So maybe my Santa one will do better or do just as good, I don't know. But and hopefully I pick up a few subscribers for that one too, because I picked up like about 7 subscribers or 8 subscribers since I did that Halloween one. Not saying that that's the one that did it, but anyways, I'm babbling on here. So take care, everybody. I'm still okay, and I'm gonna switch the camera around here. Just quickly show you the old girl here is still going strong. And like I said, I got a few decorations going here. I got some Christmas lights down there. These things I'll be putting in different places in a little bit. Got my little heater going here, which is awesome. Keeps me warm. So Take care, everybody. See you soon. And be safe. Please be safe. Watch out for yourselves.